Another bank has gone bust. We had a great response to our Middle Class Matters debate this Sunday. Another bank has got bust. It's a story nobody's talking about. But viewers, as I always say, whenever you hear of banks going bust, remember this could happen to any of us. There is a PMC bank rerun in Karnataka. The worst affected are senior citizens and India's honest, tax-paying citizens. This is what has happened, a story that has not come strongly before the national media yet, and then we'll debate.
In Mumbai, these victims of the PMC bank scam have been fighting for 11 months. Nearly 1 million depositors have been fighting for over 6,000 crore rupees looted. In Karnataka, there is a rerun of the PMC bank scam. Thousands of depositors of the Sri Guru Raghavendra Cooperative Bank are on the streets. The bank they trusted has collapsed.
As the interest from the bank was the only source of income. And my mother is a diabetic and my father is a heart patient. So I am requesting the concerned person to look into the issue at the earliest.
I had put the money with the trust that I would get it back when I need it. And now that my son is studying in UK aerospace engineering, I'm unable to get the money out to support him to pay the fees and other stuff. We need a quick resolution and we need a bank, revived.
The former CEO of this bank has allegedly committed suicide. Over 1,400 crore rupees have been defrauded. And the bank allegedly sanctioned loans without proper verification and documents. Telltale signs of a big fraud, and the worst hit are senior citizens.
I am not able to take my interest, which is my livelihood amount. Every day I have to spend from that only, and I have to take care of my family, my wife, medical expenses, day-to-day expenses.
We have 2 daughters. We can't ask them to take care of us. So much money we have invested, and when it will come, we don't know. We don't want to be a burden to our children.
They are part of the Indian middle class. They have invested their lifetime savings in a bank. And they have been looted with no help in sight. Who will give them their money back? Let's debate.
I'd first like to go across to Girish Kulkarni. He's a depositor at the Guru Raghavendra Bank. Viewers, Guru Raghavendra Bank appears to me to be a rerun of the PMC scam. There are withdrawal limits placed by the Reserve Bank of India when a 1,400 crore misappropriation has come to light. Mr. Kulkarni, so that your voice reaches everyone across India, and in Delhi as well, can you tell us what has happened to your bank and how many people's deposits are at stake?
Thank you, Arnab, for giving me chance. I will tell around 2 lakh people are suffering from this. Okay, and as same as PMC Bank, we are also facing the same thing. We are given the limit of 35,000 earlier, and then it has been extended to 1 lakh, that is 65,000 additional. And for last 8 months, we are not knowing exactly what is happening. We are not knowing what is the audit, what is forensic audit they are doing. We are not getting the result of forensic audit. We are not getting any audit out of that. So we are puzzled. We are not knowing what exactly happening in the bank. There is an administrator sitting there. We had a dharna few days back, and he assured that within week the forensic report will be given. But till date, we have not got any report, and we are worried for our money, what is stuck in there.
Okay, Sharat, Nandini, can you hear me? Okay, Vishal and Tom, more and more depositors are going to be joining me on this. Since I have raised this issue at a national level for the PMC Bank, and I am now besieged with letters and mails from people across India in similar cases, why are you allowing the middle class to be looted like this? Why are you allowing it? Tom and Vishal, could you respond, since one of you is a BJP spokesperson, the other is very connected and close to the BJP. So can I please get an answer from you?
Well, the middle class has already been looted by the crony capitalists that have been promoted by the UPA regime. What is happening now, we are seeing the evil fructify, and the government is doing all it can to rectify the issue. But the problem is that the cooperative sector is so infested by these political crony capitalists that here and first.
But you are in
PMC
power
Bank,
in
now the Rajendra
Karnataka.
Bank.
No, one second.
Yes.
Vishal, 1 minute.
Sir,
Vishal,
I
1 minute.
want to
Vishal,
reply,
1
sir.
minute. You can't blame politicians because you are the politicians in power in Karnataka, right? So
Sir, I want-
1 minute. I'd like a response from Girish. I'm sure
Yes,
these
sir.
we are being told
Sir.
you heard the response there. Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, 2 days back, there was a PMC live telecast, and today it's Bangalore. There, the BJP person, Shweta, was telling because of NCP, Congress, and we are not able to do anything. What you are doing in Karnataka, because BJP government is there, in central BJP government is there, MP is BJP, MLA is BJP. What you people are talking about this crony capitals, everything what we are losing, 8 months we are not getting
Tom.
our money back. All the people are starving here. What you are doing? I am not understanding this all things. We want our money back.
Yes. And to which there are no answers yet. Tom, Vishal, respond.
See, there was a
Respond.
1400
There are,
crore
you know,
fraud was
India's
detected,
cooperative
right?
banks cannot become one scam after another. These are middle class people. All they want is that 1 or 2% more deposit. I don't know if Sharath can hear me yet. Sharath, can you hear me? Sharath
See,
Nandini?
the law in India is such. The law in India is such. We don't have a proactive
Okay,
law.
no.
We have a reactive law. Once someone commits a crime, the law reacts. But there is no proactive law. What is needed is the entire cooperative sector is
Who's that
suffering
other
a
person?
malaise. This cooperative sector has to be tackled from a larger perspective. Otherwise, these scams
Venkateshan
will
is
keep
on the
coming.
debate. Venkateshan is on the debate. He is 82 years old. He's got all his money in PMC Bank. He's fighting. And Venkateshan, you are live now.
Yes.
You are on one side. I have the BJP spokesperson Tom Vadakan. I have got Syed Aslam, who supports the JDS. I've got Vishal Sharma with me. So it's really
Thank you,
citizens
sir.
versus politicians. Venkateshan, now another story comes up of this bank in Bengaluru. Similar case to PMC.
Very sad.
Similar case to PMC, right? And all we are told is that the regulations don't allow the center to intervene. The regulations don't allow the state governments to solve the problem. I'd like you to speak up today.
Mr. Arnab Goswami, thank you very much for putting up this show as promised by you. None of the depositors have got any grudge on any politician for that matter. We are deeply concerned because our money is very hard earned. I have served for more than 50, 60 years. Right after my school days are over, I have been employed, I have been a chartered engineer, and I have done great service to the nation, which I can tell you when we meet. What the depositor wants is not the details about the regulations and the hurdles. My prayer to the Prime Minister, to the Chief Minister, and all the politicians is, it is a very simple matter. You have come to the rescue of farmers because the weather was bad and they lost their money. Likewise, our weather in banking sector was bad and something went wrong, our money is locked up. We are not asking you within a month or 15 days or 2 months. We have waited long, 10 solid months. First it was 10,000, then 20,000, then 50,000, then up to 1 lakh for senior citizens and whatnot. Sir, it is our hard-earned money. Please have a heart. Do not tell us who is to do this job. It is for the Chief Minister of Maharashtra because the bank is in Maharashtra. It is for the Prime Minister of India, the Finance Minister of India, the RBI Governor. These are the key players. And they are very, very intelligent people. They are not very ordinary, otherwise they would not have reach that pinnacle. I have appealed to all these people through various methods. I only want, on behalf of the depositors, all those who are appearing on the other side, to clearly tell us a roadmap. Don't tell us that center is responsible, state is responsible. I know there are lots of departments who are supposed to be working together to see that the bank is restarted. All I have been requesting, the same has been done by Mr. Arnab Goswami, put 6,000 crores in the bank. Don't ask us to wait for the properties, confiscated properties to be sold. We cannot wait.
The point is, the point being, we have a situation where thousands of depositors in India wake up every day to find that everything they worked for has been snatched away from them. I have with me PJ Shrikant. He's a depositor of the Guru Raghavendra Bank, and he's also a former retired manager of the Reserve Bank of India. So these are informed citizens. Regan Ayappa, can you hear me? SN Vasudev Rao, can you hear me? SN Vasudev Rao, can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Mr. Rao, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
So
Yes,
I want the country to hear you. What happened to you? You are a depositor in this bank, right? What happens to someone like you? How have you been impacted? I want you to know, I want other citizens to know, and the politicians to know. Yes, Mr. Rao.
I thank you very much for your yeoman service, taking the cause of middle class. And I would like to mention I am a retired officer of Reserve Bank of India.
Yes.
And I am also a victim of this Guru Raghavendra Bank. One thing is cannot understand is if they can fool a person like RBI man, there is nothing to prevent from stopping a general public and ordinary persons. And here most of the people who are deposited are hard-earned life savings they have made. And apart from the individual deposits of 40,000 people, 90 cooperative societies, in turn they are institutions, they have also been kept their deposits
And
in
these
the
are,
same bank.
These are a lot of, I heard also, and maybe
Yes.
Mr. Shrikant can throw light on this, that a lot of the people who have lost all their money are very senior citizens. A lot of retired people who really need the money now.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Shrikant, am I correct?
Yeah. Yes, sir. More than 83% of the depositors are senior citizens, and mostly all the retirees. They have invested their hard-earned money in that, including me. Half of my life saving, I have invested in this ill-fated bank. So, even though I knew that, even though I worked in the same department, as an inspector, I became the victim. And as I went through all the report of the RBI, I really wonder what made them to get fooled by this management of this bank.
No, because
Any inspector, RBI inspector, with a mediocre skill would have been unearthed all these fraudulent transactions. I don't know how they missed. That's also right from 2008 to 2019. Are they not accountable? Or the RBI is not accountable?
well, nobody speaks about cooperative banks because
They are the
cooperative banks are run by politicians. So this is a classical situation, Sharat Nandini, where the middle class
Yes.
takes the brunt and the politicians loot the money. So to put it very simply, middle class people work all their lives, put their savings, and they want that 1 or 2% more interest, so they put in a cooperative bank. But the money laundering and the gambling of this money is done by the politicians, all political parties. Sharat, please, how has this affected you?
Yeah, this is completely because the depositors are not valid.
Audio is not clear, Sharat. Nandini. Your audio is just not clear. I'm trying to fix this audio line, but yes. Just speak straight on the phone. Yeah, please, let's try and hear you again. No, don't use the earpiece. Okay, we'll try and fix this. I'll just tell our production team to talk to you. But my question is, I think you need to be more vocal. My only view is that to Mr. Venkateshan, Mr. Kulkarni, Mr. Vasudev Rao, and Mr. Srikanth, you need to be more vocal. Politicians have very thick skin. They're not going to do anything, Mr. Kulkarni, unless you start a protest.
Sir, we have started the protest. We have met our MP. We had a Zoom meeting with him 3 months back. And he assured us that, okay, I will look into that. And after getting the report of audit, I will see into that. But last 3 months, there is no forensic report. There is no detailed report. We are back. We are talking to them. We are asking that we want to meet him. But no one is able to tell us something. We are in soup. We are not knowing what exactly is going in the bank.
Syed Aslam, give him an answer. Syed Aslam, what do people like you do?
Arnab, let me tell you, first of all, it's absolutely heartrending to see there are people who have put in their hard-earned money in this cooperative bank and they've lost their entire life saving, right? And what we get to see from the year 2019 to 2020, the number of NPAs which have increased has risen from 71,000 crores to 1.85 crores.
Yeah, but the money, the middle class saves the money and the politicians give that money, to their own people. No, 1 second. Don't give me a lecture. What is, you tell me, why do you want state control on cooperative banks? So that the politicians at the help can give loans to their cronies. Like Karnataka State Apex Cooperative Bank President and JDS leader, your party leader, K.N. Rajanna, don't make me take names, gave multi-crore loans to sugar company linked to Congress leader D.K. Shivakumar.
Let me tell you, Guru Raghavendra Bank, we have seen this investigation was done by the Registrar of Cooperative Societies and the RBI with the ED, and it has been identified.
Give me a solution. Let the politicians in Bangalore go to the streets. I'm sorry, you need to speak up, Mr. Girish. Girish is speaking up. Girish, please, Girish.
Sir, we don't want such all these political games. We want our money back. Tell me what the people are doing. Tell me why the RBI has given A certification to this bank. When the things are going wrong from last 8 years, why they have given A certificate? Who is doing the audit of this?
You're telling me there is no solution for the middle class of this country, that they lose all their money and nobody will answer. Tom Varakan, please. Tom Varakan, we have also with us Mr. Srikanth. Mr. Srikanth, you need to speak up. Yes, Mr. Srikanth, you need to speak up.
Arnab, you have pointed out clearly the political...
Srikanth is speaking. And Tom, wait, I want Srikanth to speak.
Allow me to speak.
Go on, sir, go on, Mr. Srikanth.
Direction was issued on January 10th. Okay, somewhere in the month of March 15, this 2 MLAs and 1 MP from the same constituency arranged a meeting between the depositors and the management. There they assured that some one team will be finalized who will be working as a board of management who will help the management to find out the plan for the revival of the bank. But nobody were picked up from the depositor side. Instead, their own team, that BJP MLAs and MP team was formed, and one Mr. Sudhakar Babu was in charge of the team, which has made a revival plan stating that there are 800 crores standard assets which are not there now.
Why? No, I find all this unacceptable. Mr. Nandini, no, once. I don't know if Sharath Nandini's audio is fixed yet, but Mr. Vasudev Rao, Girish Kulkarni, what I'm simply saying is, why are you making people run around and go through this to get their own money? Mr. Rao, maybe you want to speak up. I find this bizarre. Only in India you put the money and then you have to fight a case and the politicians tell you to form a committee to revive your bank. Your job was to put your money in the bank, not to manage the bank.
I would like to... Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Rao.
Now I would like
Mr. Rao
to say
and
something.
Vishal.
The kingpin of the scam, he has been given arrest warrant by the ACB, CID, and the Chief Justice of Karnataka has castigated the investigating officers for not arresting the kingpin. That is the founder president, Mr. Ramakrishna. Now, in spite of this, now what we can expect from the state government? It is high time the case is handed over to CBI for an impartial, unbiased inquiry so that our money, hard-earned money, is received back and people are booked and put to jail.
Tom, give an assurance.
Unless action is taken, nothing is going to come out.
Sharath Nandini, you want to say something before time runs out? Sharath Nandini, let me try the audio signal with you yet.
Arnab, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear now.
Arnab, please allow that BJP representative.
Arnab,
I will allow, but let Sharath Nandini give a point of view, yeah.
thank you, Arnab. So, if you really see the disaster...
Tom, wait.
It is now happening in Bangalore. It is not acceptable. The government in Karnataka must act and get to the bottom of it. The central government will give all assistance to ensure that the depositors are taken care of with immediate effect. I'm sure the finance minister is aware of all this, and I'm sure relief will come their way. I will personally pursue this matter with
But Tom, you need to move fast.
Concerned.
You need to move fast. These people don't need to suffer at all. A matter should be put up. I will put up a petition. I will make sure that we take it personally to the Union Finance Minister, to RBI officials, and whoever in Karnataka that we can. 1 second, Ms. Nandini, please speak up. I have very little time, but you need to speak up.
We have been hearing this assurance.
No. Kindly allow me to speak, Shrikant sir. So, the situation here, Arnab, is very scary because we are kept in grass. We don't know what is happening with our hard-earned money. We are depositors in this bank from the time of the inception of the bank. And we never got an iota of doubt simply because RBI and the whole world declared this as an A-rated bank. Now, please note this. It was called as an A-rated bank, and until 10th of January, when the health broke out, the 35A cap has been imposed on us. Can you imagine people who are 75, 80, 85, they are on the road. They don't have money for
completely understand.
Surgery. They are unable to do their duties as parents and as grandparents.
Yeah. No, you will have to fight back, Nandini. You will have to fight back. My heart goes out to all the senior citizens there, 75, 80 years old, fighting. But you know, this is the tragedy in our country, that unless you embarrass people on such issues, there is no response. My intention is not to embarrass, but if I'm required to embarrass, I will embarrass all the officials who have allowed this to happen, with a promise to come back on this subject and not to give up, to consistently pick it up. I thank you very much for watching tonight. See you tomorrow. Good night and goodbye.